everybody. I'm Boomer the God. We have our two amazing guests with us, Saia and Poetik. I guess you guys already know who they are. Beautiful faces, lovely men, lovely gentlemen. How are you guys today?
Yeah, my mic's on.
Yeah, I'll get it. Yep.
Check, check. Oh, there we go.
Check, check, check. Great start.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everybody? Hi.
So we'll start again. How are you guys?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, good. Just been a little bit sick, but otherwise well. Good to be here.
Hey, I think we're all a little bit sick, otherwise we wouldn't be here. So, I got a few questions to ask you blokes. The beginning, a bit of your background. Where you grew up, home life, family, villages, connections to the islands.
So my name is Saia Tu'itahi. O rere mai me he kauwaiha anō. I he tawhaki o tamai i Pukutala. Pea I he tawhaki o whae, o rere mai me Kolofa'o mo Maufanga. Nā ku whaerei au I Tonga, nā ku tupu hake I Tonga, pea nā ku haumai ki New Zealand, ku ta'o walu. Pea ko lolo Tonga nofa I New Zealand. So kia ora, my name is Saia. So I was born in Tonga on the side of my dad. His family's from Hapai, Pukutala, the village. On my mum's side, she's from Kolofa'o, Maufanga, city side. And yeah, I was born and raised in Tonga, came here when I was 8 years old. And yeah, I think being born and raised in Tonga, I feel like I have a strong connection back to the islands. And yeah, that's it.
Also?
That's cool to know, man. Yeah. My name is Ventry Parker Jr. I come from Apia, Samoa. That's where I grew up. I'm Samoan. I don't know my Tongan heritage. I don't know my Papua heritage, but I know that that's part of my genetics. And my dad has he's the American Samoan, and my mom's the German Samoan, and they both have a dash of British from the good old days. Yeah, I come from Fepuleai by Moso, which is in the town area in Apia. We also stay up at our family land in Taputapo, Alesa, which you call LA, Alesa, yeah. And then my grandfather's Fasavalu from Fepuleai, and grandma's from Lango Savai. Yeah, and then I've just been traveling every chance I get, every flight I can catch. I caught it and brought me here like 15 times.
Damn, nice.
Yeah.
Didn't know you had a bit of Tongan blood in you.
Yeah, double.
Nice. Before we move on, I see that you bought a bag of goodies, Saia.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what's going on in that bag of goodies?
Sure. Maybe just to give a little bit of background on my practice, traditionally, or not traditionally, but historically, I've been occupying the kind of hip hop space from a young kid, from intermediate, freestyling with friends, and then eventually writing and making beats, and then so I've been surrounded by hip hop over the last 20 plus years, actually 30. I'm an old man. But in the last 3-4 years since COVID started, I started turning back to, I guess, a more traditional, something more connected to my roots. And what these are a bunch of Tongan nose flutes. So during lockdown, my cousin, I saw him on Zoom starting to make fangu, these Tongan nose flutes. And these nose flutes, I call them Tongan nose flutes, but these exist in Samoa, Fiji, Hawaii, Tahiti, all over the Pacific. But this has been sort of the pivot that I've made creatively over the last 4 years. So turning from a sort of modern hip-hop practice to something a little bit more traditional and closer to my roots. And yeah, so these are fangu or Tongan nose flutes that I've been kind of learning how to make and then perform and play as well. Yeah.
Is that bamboo?
Yeah, so these are all from bamboo. So these ones here are like New Zealand bamboo, and then this one is the one that my dad got from Tonga. A friend of his made it for him. Yeah, and so you can see there's a difference in I mean, we can go into details, it's a bit boring, but...
That looks like the one my mom used to beat my ass with, dog.
Yeah. These are the ones in Tonga, probably the similar species in Samoa as well. Yeah, but yeah.
Do you guys have like in Samoa we have, every Christmas we do the big bamboo cannon?
Yeah, so my brother and I grew up in a village where I remember kids getting like a big long stem of bamboo.
Yeah.
Like cutting a hole through the inside, through all the nodes, and then like you cut a hole at the end, fill it up with kerosene,
and then light it.
Boom, and then
you guys hear about that in the islands? That's how we do.
So
that's our fireworks.
So it's like it was our cannon. It's like our hood, like village cannon.
Yeah, and every like Christmas you hear it just boom.
And if you weren't careful, like one kid I remember in the village put his face in front of the cannon, like what's going on? Why is it not?
Yeah.
No eyebrows.
Are you in any mood to go?
Yeah, sure, I can give a little demo, yep. So this one I made, this is quite, I don't know what the word is, but significant that it's here, because last year in February, February, a collective that I'm a part of, the Tongan Book Club, which is like a collective full of Tongan artists from who have practiced in different mediums. You have like Benjamin Work, Taria Kolomatangi, etc. We all came together last year for an exhibition which was shown here in Mangere Art Centre. And so this one specifically was made for the exhibition. So I made two, and then I made like a couple of like 5 songs recording the fangu and trying to merge it with like my usual hip hop kind of beat making stuff. So I'll give a little demo of this one.
Took me back to the ancestors, man.
I remember you briefly saying why the nose flute is played with the nose. Can you explain that to?
Yeah, so it's an interesting thing. Like it's a question that I've wondered as well. Like why would you use the nose instead of your mouth to perform? With the flute. And the talanoa that I've heard is that the air that comes through the nose is a lot more pure than what comes through the mouth. So with the mouth, you can curse people, you can speak ill of someone, you eat with your mouth, and so there's the idea of like the noa where you eat with your mouth, and then like kind of like the idea of tapu from the nostril. But yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, and
that's
so there
dope.
might be other talanoa around that as well, but interesting.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense in that case.
Man, how can you sit like that, bro? Like shit.
Yeah, I do a lot of squats.
Hip flexors, bro. He's got those hip flexors a lot.
I can do this all.
Just,
anyway.
Yeah. Respect the skills, bro.
How were your family's thoughts on you guys pursuing your music career?
My pop said not to. My pop's, he's gone through music and he's seen the ups and downs with the industry. He came up at a time where he was too black to perform in this country even when he came here. So he went to perform in the town hall and they say, because he's got a white name, right? His name's Dave Parker. Then when you pull up and they see what you actually looks like, what you look like, he's like, they don't want him in there. So he had to go through all of that. Us, we could get up on any stage and rock now because of what those guys and all them did. But it's a different time, and just the family, having a wife and kids for a guy, it's like you're gonna be on the road touring, you're gonna go through all these things. It's hard to take care of your house. So all of his mistakes that he went through, he was trying to, you know, prep me and like, nah, man, just go be a lawyer or something.
Yeah, I think my parents were never really against it. They're quite open-minded, so we were fortunate to grow up in a household where they would, you know, kind of be supportive of anything they would pursue. And so when we started making music, they were just like, yeah, sweet, all good. There wasn't any resistance towards it.
How about you, bro?
Me, shucks. I grew up in my old man listening to rock, so I wasn't introduced to hip hop till I was in like maybe intermediate.
Yeah.
Oh well, I heard it and stuff, but I didn't really get into it until I found out what hip hop actually was, and then I realized that hip hop used music to get the messages out. It's a religion. In my heart, I think hip-hop is a religion because it's so true, it's so deep, and it's, you know, it's for the people. So I just think hip-hop used music as a tool to get that message out.
That's right. I agree. How do you feel about the rock side of it?
But oh man, I still love rock. I listen to heavy metal to this day. My brother's he's always been in the rock side of music. So, you know, like my old man wasn't too happy when he found out I was doing this hip-hop stuff just because of, you know, like the oldies think that hip-hop's gangs and guns, and so my old man thought that that's where I was going to go. I kind of did, but, yeah. You know, but he's happy with me, and my folks are all good with me doing what I do. So just as long as I stay true to myself, they straight.
Yeah, I think hip hop's like that, huh? Like even like Dr. Dre and all those guys went through it with their parents. Yeah. It's just a different form and a different time. You know, generations it goes. All our kids will probably come up with something new and be like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah. Well, the music my kids listen to, I'm like, "Hey, turn that off." But it's just, I guess I don't understand it.
Man, my 5-year-old daughter's listening to Ice Spicy or whatever, that girl.
That stuff. That stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a gangs and guns. You, my lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It's really good. You guys want one?
Okay. Next question. Why music? What made you choose that as a career path, and what made you think it was the right career path?
I think for me, in Samoa, I didn't feel like we were being represented from Samoa on that level that everyone else has. Like you got New York, you got Auckland, you got LA, you got everywhere in the world that's already tapped in from the States back to here, back to Australia and all that. And I feel like we needed a rapper from the island. Mm-hmm. So we have Samoan rappers, don't get me wrong, but there wasn't no one that was from Apia that did it at that level, or from Tonga and everywhere else. And I was like, we need someone from the heart of the Pacific, from outside. So we figured that either we can start and be the ones, or we can make it easier for the next ones to come through so they can be the ones. And that's still what we're on today, you know. We're just trying to build, because a lot of what we're doing now, we're the first to do it.
The way you asked that question, it makes me think that like there was a conscious decision to decide, oh, music's going to be my pathway. Mm-hmm. But I think like I was saying before, I think because of the appeal of music being something that like evokes emotions quite easily, I think I was just naturally attracted through that way. They're like, oh, let's just start freestyling, because like I love hearing like you know, when hearing other MCs freestyling or whatnot, let's just give it a jam as well. And then like eventually got into like trying to like work on the craft, writing and then making beats. So I think it was through like just the attraction to it. And the freedom to sort of express yourself through whether it's rapping or making beats, and then kind of going from there.
Oh, okay. So what are some stresses that come with creating, and how can it affect your home life or relationships?
The business. I hate the business side.
Can you elaborate on that?
Talking about your mate? Nah. Sorry. Inside joke. I don't like business. I'm not a business person. I was always like from the cultural side, like this is important for us to have representation. And then you got to learn the business side, otherwise you're going to get, you know, you're going to get ran through. And I kind of trusted people without the education behind, you know, I'm not an educated person in business, especially music business. So I learned the hard way, the expensive way. I don't like the business side, I don't. I like the hustle. The hustle's dope.
But I think that's a cool point, though. It's an interesting point because I feel like that what you're talking about, I think, comes from a climate where we're becoming more independent in our approach to like music, where like we're not relying on a machine to like do everything for us. And when we're being more independent, we run our own business. We make sure that like we might have an agent to help out with the bookings and all that. But like beyond that, I think like we're having to like build skills in areas that we might not have traditionally. So then not only are we businessmen, we have to become marketers, we have to become like promoters as well. And like people, you know, artists talk about how much they hate like being on Instagram and having to promote a show or like a new product that they've just created, whether it's an album or like a piece of artwork. But then like, what I appreciate is like I never would have thought I would have enjoyed editing videos, and not that I'm good at editing videos, but like I enjoy like taking videos and then like chucking it on, I don't know, DaVinci Resolve or something, which I never would have thought, oh, that's something I'd be interested in. But I think as an artist and like the nature of like social media and the platforms, you have to become like a video editor. You have to at least have some sort of understanding around it, which includes like business as well. Otherwise you're just going to get sort of, you won't be able to progress as much as you potentially could. But I appreciate like there's other extra skills that you have to kind of pick up along the way as well, which is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the social media part either. That's a hard thing. Is it because we're islanders and we, you know, some of us were either shy, we're humble, we're too scared to put ourselves out there?
I think it could be something to do with like maybe the age gap. You know, kids love social media now, and I think when we were growing up, we kept everything off or away from cameras, you know?
Yeah.
We stayed away from that, but I don't know, kids want to see faces now and through a screen, and I guess that's...
Yeah. Now to be a rapper, you have to be a social media marketer.
Yeah, no.
Gosh darn.
Do you guys think it would be easier if you did have a label behind you? Sorry, you guys are independent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably like even more like, I'm just a bedroom beat maker. Like I see myself as that. I'm not even like kind of, when I look at Poetik, you're like putting out albums and you're in the studio recording and whatnot. I think like I'm even one step removed from that process as well. So I'm just like making beats and then chucking it up on, I don't know, SoundCloud or whatnot. But yeah. So then with that question, like I don't think it would apply to.
Yeah, I think having a label has its good parts too. You know, it broadens the horizon for every artist. And that's if they actually invest in you properly and then push you. Whereas if you're doing it out the trunk of your car, it could take you 10 years trying to get to, you know, a level where you can make a substantial living off of it and get your message out there. So if we had a big, you know, record company label out here in Aotearoa to put all of us on, I bet you we'd be touring like Europe and America right now. Yeah. You know, but it's not like that right now.
Isn't that where you started, at the back of your truck or your car?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And I'm still there. New car now, but you know.
Well, we see that you have a shop in Avondale, and
yeah, got a shop now.
How's that going?
It's legal and expensive. Overheads, I don't know, efforts, man, rent and all that stuff.
Oh, the tax man's watching.
Oh yeah, they watching close. Everyone's watching. I guess just learning that part of business too, how to step into these rooms, and because you know I'm from the hood, I'm from the village. I don't know how to talk the white talk, the Palangi talk, and that really helps you get across if you know how to speak that language. So I'm learning that part, and I'm learning that you have to have a team. I mean, it's always family, it's always us, community culture that helps push everything further. But if you have a team that's around you that helps with the day-to-day, that does the admin, that does the marketing, that sets up the album and all these other things, then you'll get further along. Man, that cover's working, bro. It's nice.
Yeah, the cover's kicking in.
Should we have another round?
My eyes are
Sit still,
droopy.
bro.
Hold my phone for the next question.
So who's your favorite rapper in SWIDT?
To be honest, me.
Ah,
You want the honest truth? Me. That's
Straight
why I
away.
don't rap.
Left side, straight away. You do push-ups before you jump on stage, huh?
Yeah, it's my
I
thing.
seen you
do, yeah.
a few times. Oh well. Yeah.
Sorry.
In Samoa, we don't have a lot of hip-hop shows, and especially of their caliber. So when I came out here and I went to my first SWIDT concert, you guys played in the city. I forgot the venue. Power Station. Nah. Anyway, was out there on K Road. I was watching from up top. I was standing next to Smokey, and you guys are just ripping the stage apart. And it really blew my mind to see our people just destroy the stage on some real MC shit. And I felt like I was inspired. I was inspired to go and rehearse, go and practice, go and, make better songs, better lyrics I need to write. It showed me something that we don't have in Samoa. Besides watching the stuff that comes back from mainland, everything that comes back from mainland, it's not always Samoan or Tongan or Fijian. So to come here and be exposed to that, I was like, all right, cool. I needed to see that. That prepared me to go back to the States. It prepared me to go on tour in Australia and back throughout Aotearoa. Things like that. Watching Lance too rip it up. Working with Rizvan. All these things in Auckland right here makes me a better MC and a better human being, if that makes sense. So inspiration here is everywhere. Mm-hmm. And there was days where I didn't even have $2, but I had everything, so I was rich. Mm-hmm. Mental health. We're talking about trauma now. We're the generation that talks about what happened and how to fix it. Our parents never had that luxury, or they just didn't get down like that. But I feel like we should not get too lost in that and take our eyes off the ball, because we still got a long way to go. Because when I go to the markets and I'm selling our culture, I see other people selling our culture too. When I go anywhere around the world, the struggles are the same. In every ghetto community, we're suffering. If we live outside the ghetto community, we're losing our culture by tapping into here. It's just part of the system and how it works. So with our music and our art, we can bring all these things forward. Damn, that cover got me going, though. I'm going to hand the mic off to you.
Keep going.
Sorry,
Right.
I just keep dragging on now.
No, talk, bro.
I'm ready for the next one, dog.
What else? No, yeah. Go, bro.
Yeah, if that makes sense. I'm starting to learn and I would not have learned of the importance or significance of being a Pacific Islander had I not come to Aotearoa. So this was the better move. I was trying to go join the military, and that was my way to get out of the island and go back to America. But when I came here, it made me a better person and a better Pacific. I never used to say Pacific. We don't identify as Polynesians. To us, those are like, European words. And my parents never identified as that. But then now I see why I want to fly the Melanesian flag, the Polynesian flag, why I want to say, yeah, we're from here. Because it's a beautiful thing. And I feel like, man, I'm part of this family now. The family that I was always looking for. So, yeah.
One thing I've noticed is when Polynesians do it big, it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
It catches on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, especially when you come from, look on the map, you can't even really see the islands. You just see the
they're
words.
dots.
Yeah.
So we have a worldwide market. We each have a catalog. We each have ways that we can roll around. Just like the Jehovah's Witness can go around the world and stay with Jehovah's Witness, we can do the same. Every city I go to, strangers come up and show me love and take care of me. It's the trippiest thing. It's like I'm back in the islands. So we're everywhere. And if we stop the fighting, the arguing, and start working together, then and this is where it gets really important. Fiji said, Uncle Fiji, the singer said, why would we go to mainstream when mainstream can come to us? And it's happening now. You got The Rock, you got Jason Momoa, you got Hollywood on lock. Now our songs are gonna be in there, like they're pushing the boundaries further for our people as Pacific. So, yeah.
Something you touched on, I think has been kind of enlightening to me in the last few years, thinking about this idea that when you came to New Zealand, or even being removed from your homeland, allowed you to sort of appreciate your Polynesian, is that what you said? Appreciate your Polynesian identity a lot more?
Yeah.
The importance of being Pacific Islander or Polynesian?
Yeah, being exposed to how we are here overseas and the struggles that we go through as our people overseas. I was ignorant to it, I didn't know it. So I come over later and, yeah.
I was just thinking, maybe in a different kind of vein, like this what we see here is not really something that exists in Tonga in terms of like even young people, even older people just making and trying to create fangu. Like I think it's not until you step out of Tonga that you start to think, oh, what does it mean to be Tongan? Because when you're in Tonga, you're just Tongan anyway. You're not trying to analyze yourself and be like, oh, I'm Tongan, and this is what I do as a Tongan. I wake up in the morning, go to church, blah, blah, blah.
Pick the leaves off the ground,
So then I think like being in diaspora, we have the opportunity, we have the freedom to step away from like being in the fishbowl as a fish. That's a weird analogy, but you can then start to analyze what does it mean to be, or what are aspects of your culture, what does it mean to be this and that, which again can go into like over analyzing and overthinking things. But I guess my point is, being in Tonga, you're too caught up in like the everydayness of being Tongan, where like you might just go to church, you might do your family obligations and do whatever you need to do, and then that's what it means to be a Tongan. And aspects of culture that have been lost into the past, like fangu, which you can only like mostly find in museums and whatnot, is no longer a part of like what it means to be Tongan, because it doesn't exist and people don't like just go around making fangu to play it now. So then that aspect of culture is lost, and so what it means to be Tongan in Tonga is what they currently do now, if that makes sense. So then until you remove yourself and then like start analyzing maybe history or different aspects of culture, you might think, oh, that's what it meant to be Tongan. Or that this was an aspect of culture of being Tongan. What does it mean to revive that? What does it mean to bring that back as part of our culture? What does it mean to like start practicing that now? But that opportunity, I think, is only afforded to like us when you remove yourself, when you step away from the homeland or from the melting pot to then like have the opportunity to like analyze and think, oh, maybe we can start like practicing some of these things. And like fangu is a small aspect of it. There are other aspects of like Tongan culture and all types of culture that we can analyze and think, let's revive that, or let's like start practicing that now, because that also is our culture, and then we can like start to practice that and then bring that back to life too.
Man. Can I say something in regards to leaving the islands and coming overseas? One thing I've noticed is that I couldn't wait to get out of Samoa, because to me it was like poverty. It's a third world country. I had no shoes. We wanted to go and have all these, this stuff and watches and cars and have money. And then I get out here and I'm paying like $100 a week for fruit that was free in my backyard. The water isn't the same. There's a river that runs through our yard, and now I haven't had a swim in like a year. I miss the spiritual connection to the land. And I realized that, man, we had everything that we needed. So now I just want to go back. And I feel like trying to create a way through the music platform and everything to make life better for our people in the islands is where we're kind of at, representing worldwide as well, but then something to take back, whether it be shows to create some kind of revenue and influx into the economy by bringing more people, whatever it is. Back to you there, man. Thank you.
Oh, man,
Thank you for the questions.
That was great, you two. Did you guys ever think your music would have brought you this far?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
That's the one.
Yeah, we were in a chicken shack in Moto Tour writing raps on a math book with a guitar that had 4 strings missing, but we still had faith, and we were like, man, we're gonna win awards and stuff. Then you finally get to the award show, drinking Hennessy in the parking lot, and you're like, well, we're really here. So I never had doubts. I'm not the kind of person that doubts myself. I'm not the kind of person that doubts any of us. I'm like, believe. I'm the kind of person that's like, how do we get this done? What's the business? Somebody help that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was just fortunate not to have to sort of try rely on music as a sort of main income kind of thing. It was always like treated as like a hobby or side kind of thing where I just make beats in my spare time and maybe make music and record something. But through that constant practice, it led me to a job where I'm now doing that for my 9 to 5 and doing something that I would normally just be doing in my spare time. So I'm fortunate. I wouldn't have thought that would have been the case. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's that time right now. Yes,
Is it that time?
Okay, let's go.
In saying that, does anyone in the crowd want a cup? Don't be shy. It's only had 3 lips on 1 cup.
Does anyone want to ask a question or say something while we're drinking? There you go.
Oh, shucks.
There we go.
Let's have a drink in a minute. This cover was a little bit last minute. I was, Facebook Market.
Right on time, bro.
Any kind of cover. So I went and picked this up just down the road, off Bucklands. It's supposed to be Vava'u cover. And the guy said that it's a 6-year-old cover. From what I understand, there might be some better knowledge holders in the room, but the longer the age of the cover growing, the more mature and better it is. And to be honest, this is really smooth, man.
Yeah, that's
this
nice.
is really smooth.
I'm really happy right now.
This is really good cover. Man, it must be a 6-year-old plug. Because I've tasted cover that tastes like soap. Like, what kind of Genola chemical is this?
Cover time.
Yeah, nice, man.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That was deep. Oh, guess we're up.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. This one's for the homies.
This one's for the homies. Oh, we're almost done. We are done.
Almost done the first one.
Hey, yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for your time. Hey, what's up, Togo? No, we got to do that video soon, man. Wait for that one. Yes, sir.
All right, well, thanks, guys. That was, I guess we're about to wrap it up now. But before we wrap it up, there's a tradition that that we do at SWIDT shows before we close the show down. We like to sing a song, and feel free to join in because you all know the song. I'll start, but please join in. Otherwise, I'll be singing by myself. Ready? If you're happy and you know it,
Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
All right. Thanks, guys. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been amazing. And wow, I'm feeling good.
I'm wavy, dog.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. God bless.
Peace.
But I